and thanks for staying with us. Nigerian Customs Service has continued to implement agreements with maritime nations all over the world. Awesome Customs report Tinkan Command seized arms ammunition in 2022. Plus, more report. I am Igiseme Itinye. Stay tuned. The Nigerian Customs Service is to continue to promote Customs International Day every year as approved by the World Customs Organization. The Contract General of Customs says that customs operation in Nigeria will always follow international standards.
Say congratulations to the World Customs Organization and the administrations of customs across the world. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome in our midst the military officers that are here, and they are not here as guests, as standby guests, but they are here particularly to be part of the ceremony. And I welcome you, all of you. Our invited guests, stakeholders, award winners, let me also use this opportunity to welcome you all. And of course, the members of my management, thank you for being here this morning. The responsibility of customs in the 21st century goes beyond the traditional role of managing the movement of goods to safeguard revenue and also protection of life of people. The peculiarities and advancement of today has changed societal expectations. There is demand for the evolution of customs role to meet challenges such as globalization of business and trade, international terrorism and organized crime, environmental crime and environmental protection, intellectual property and wildlife protection. Leveraging on a new technology, complex trade agreements, strengthening partnerships, and more. These rules are to be adopted while facilitating trade and at the same time ensuring compliance to protect the fiscal and economic interests of the state. Customs can only meet these expectations by continuous nurturing the next generation, promoting a culture of knowledge sharing and professional pride in customs. The theme is in line with efforts to place human capital and especially the new generation at the heart of the transformation process. Nurturing the next generation of professionals is vital for the continuous success of any organization. One key aspect of this is promoting a culture of knowledge sharing and professional pride.
Some of the management speaks on the topic concerning World Customs Day.
What an honor for us to be part of this celebration today. What an honor for us to see the products of our work receiving awards in line with the theme of today's event. What an honor also for us to have the former commandant, Nigeria Customs Command and Staff College, sitting side by side with the CG to watch his officers, his products, his collaborators receive these awards today. I'm indeed delighted and have the pleasure to express gratitude to the Controller General of Customs in the first place for giving us this opportunity and also accepting our judgment in the recommendations for the awardees.
While representative of the Nigerian Customs World Organization has this to say.
As is the case each year, the customs community is coming together on this 26th January to celebrate International Customs Day, ICD. This year is even more special because we are celebrating the 70th anniversary of the WCO, a unique organization dedicated to international cooperation and the sharing of knowledge. Each year, International Customs Day provides an opportunity for the WCO Secretariat to invite the members' focus to a theme it considers relevant to the customs community and its partners. In 2023, under the slogan, Nurturing the Next Generation, promoting a culture of knowledge sharing and professional pride in customs, the Secretariat is inviting members to look at how they support newly recruited officers in facilitating the sharing of knowledge and heightening the sense of pride in being part of the institution and the global customs community. This is about placing human capital, and especially the new generation, at the heart of transformation of customs, an approach that the WCO has been advocating for a number of years. Young customs officers often have particular strengths, but they need to acquire specific and often tacit knowledge and know-how. This approach to learning must be rooted in the culture of the administration, holding throughout the years officer's career.
You are watching the program Customs Report. Tinkan Customs Command has generated 574 billion naira in 2022. The controller also disclosed that in spite of the economic disruption 2022, the command was able to record the highest revenue in 2022. According to the area controller in charge of Tinkan Port, the command recorded 38 seizures with a duty paid value of 1.8 billion naira. The items include suspected cannabis, while 60 suspects were arrested in connection with drugs and other offensive items.
These seizures comprises of 763 packages of Colorado cannabis sativa, weighing 345.1 kg, with a street value of 714,600,000 naira only, as given by the NDLA. 5x40 containers of used tire, which had about 5,060 pieces of used tire. 1,150 bales of second-hand clothing.
However, 27 seizures worth 607 million naira was intercepted in 2021, compared to 35 seizures intercepted in 2022, worth over 1.2 billion naira.
The increase in DPV, that is the duty paid value rate, could be associated with increased surveillance and intensified anti-smuggling drive, high value of seized items, and the naira-dollar depreciation, which leads to high exchange rate on imported items. These prohibited items were seized and forfeited to the federal government of Nigeria in line with the provisions of Section 46 and 161 of the Custom and Excise Management Act, Cap 45, LFN 2004 as altered. An absolute prohibition list of the Common External Tariff 2022 to 2026. The command pertinently acknowledges the prominent roles played by the Customs Intelligence Unit.
He said the items were seized and handed over to the federal government of Nigeria in line with the provision of Section 46 and 161 of Custom and Excise Management Act 2004. The newly appointed area controller in charge of Upper Customs Command said that his first assignment is to ensure that he sustains the revenue drive and other laudable achievements at the port.
In the history of Nigeria Customs Service, Apapa Area Command, I am inheriting a well-structured area command. The level and the achievement, together with the status achieved so far, have nothing to be done rather than to sustain it, sustain the tempo, and look for other ways of positively improving it. I want to urge the releasing stroke examination officers. No parcel, no package, no container should leave Apapa Port without undergoing proper 100% physical examination. Scanning machine. I want to draw the attention of the image analysts. It is a critical decision and position that they are operating at. Therefore, in making decision for cargo to be suspect or non-suspect, they should exhibit all sense of responsibility, carefulness, and experience, so that we don't go and release an uncustomed cargo in error.
He was speaking when the newly promoted area controller to the ACG handed over to him in Apapa.
It's a very, very good stay I had with you here in Apapa Command. I came in around 23 months ago, and today marked the end of my tenure here in Apapa Command. I'm so happy I'm here with you, and I'm so happy I'm leaving you. Although it's a mixed feeling, because Apapa is my home, and has always been my home. And the kind of relationship I have with some of you here, particularly the press, is a relationship that I can never forget. Press has done greatly in making sure that the airport officers have exhibit has been populated and circulated to all corners. Without you, our trumpet cannot be heard. Thank you very much. I remain blessed. I remember most of you, we have a very long-time relationship for more than 15 years. We've come a long way, and we maintain that relationship. And you have given me support, and you have given me guidance, and you have given me intelligence. Kindly extend that support, guidance, and intelligence to the next area controller. Some of you give me vital intelligence on the cargo and the trade supply chain.
The acting ACG speaks small. The newly promoted ACG of Nigerian Customs Service and former controller in charge of Zone B has finally handed over to the new controller as approved by the management of Nigerian Customs Service. The new ACG has this to say while handing over to the new controller.
This house, intermingling with my co-workers. Anybody who can intermingle with a house is a person, constantly over time. Those guys around you are supposed to be a family. So I'm happy that I'm living in a way for good. One, I received the best attention from you, which led to the success of the company. And I'm sure that I have in isolating my case before the management to consider me for this noble appointment. You see, whoever remember this day will come as a person will have to think that in this life there's nothing so squabbles that happen in the workplace is natural, but in most times it's uncalled for, because this day will come where one of you will leave, gradually you will leave one by one. So this should be a lesson to all of us. If we find ourselves in a workplace, consider it as if you are living the next day. When I came here, to be sincere from the bottom of my heart, I thought I would not stay here 6 months. But God Almighty protected me. I elongated my stay here after this 2 years.
While the new controller has this to say.
2-star to controller, all rank have worked here, mentioned it in different capacities. Inshallah, we're going to add value to the patient, And the way God made it for Oga from here, he become HJ. I pray God will do the same thing to me. Wish Oga best of luck in his new place. Thank you, sir.
The newly appointed area controller has officially handed over to the new controller. The new controller, Musa Nuruddin, says that he will continue to fight smugglers along the nation's borderline in Katsina. The outgoing controller has this to say.
The federal government recently opened another 4 land borders in April 2022. After a long time of closure, which GVA Magama border station happened to be among the opened ones. Therefore, I'm glad to inform you that since the reopening of the border, the command was able to generate a total sum of 935,306,275 naira 39 kobo only. Within the period under review, which is far more than 60,842,789 naira 87 kobo allocated as revenue target for the command in the year 2022. Moreover, in the command quest to facilitate export trade, the command recorded pre-on-board FOB value of 4,426,105 naira 4,426,105,643 naira 2 kobo for non-oil commodities, with a metric tons of 69,436.77 exported through GBA border Magama. Under the command's effort to suppress smuggling activities, the command was able to record 379 arrests. Out of the total number of 379 arrests, 258 were converted to seizures after thorough investigations, with a duty paid value of 144,758,341 naira, 0 kobo. The items seized include food items, foreign rice, foreign vegetable oil, foreign spaghetti noodles, etc. And their various means of conveyance, be it cars, buses, trucks, and motorcycles. Second-hand clothing, among others. 10 suspects were arrested by the command during the period under review. Some were presently being prosecuted at the Federal High Court, while some were granted administrative bail. In light of the foregoing, all this success could not have been achieved without the vigorous effort and resilience of officers and men of the command and other layers of custom formations who have been given the smugglers sleepless night. The overwhelming support and cooperation of the security agencies, other government agencies, and the border communities can also not be overlooked.
The new controller in Katsina speaks more on takeover from his new controller.
Some of them are still alive. And the ACG, sir, whom my father served under him and retired under him as a controller. So thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So, Nkaradima, Madawaji, sorry. Colleague, you never retire. Anytime you can call you back. Yes. So, I thank you all. I will continue with the good work of the outgoing controller and the support you have given him. Thank you very much. It has already been confirmed by the CP that you continue to extend it to me. And I'm very, very happy to hear that. And we will do the same gesture.
The former controller in charge of PTLM Command speaks on the achievements of the command.
To our first media briefing for the year 2022. However, the briefing will just be dwelled on 2021 and 2022, which is aimed primarily to update you about our activities for the year 2022. And these include revenue generation and collection, export trades, anti-smuggling activities, and above all, trade facilitation. Here we have decided to make a projection and project it on the wall. It's not the traditional reading the press briefing, but equally, you can see from the screen, the aim is to update you about our activities for the year 2022. Last year had a significant impact on Ports and Terminal Multi-Service Limited for several reasons. The nature of the operation of these model ports makes us a deal for on a vehicular cargo that is known as roll and roll, and to some extent containerized vehicle. That is to say, 70% of our activities are vehicles. And we are impacted by trade policies, internal factors, external factors. To be candid, the external factors that affected importation of vehicular or vehicles was so high because of the pandemic. The pandemic affected most of the manufacturers of vehicles abroad. So most people abroad tend to keep the fairly used vehicles to themselves because the companies could not manufacture so many vehicles as against the way it used to be. You will see somebody going to a company after using 6 months and is good enough again to go to the company and get another vehicle and send out that one and sell it off. But the pandemic shocked the world. The car manufacturers did not produce. In the year 2022, the command generated a total revenue of 229,473,912,976 naira 97 kobo only. This represents about 96% of the revenue target of 238,224,920,038 naira 80 kobo. Set for 2022 comparatively, you can see from the slides carefully. You will now see the revenue collection for those of you who can see the screen.
Just before round up this week edition of the program Custom Support, we brought you a report where some newly appointed controllers take over from former controllers. For me, Igiseme Etiye. Thanks for watching.